Hi, this is Parag Doshi, and this is episode 3 of Kickstart Your Real Estate Investing. Today, we're going to talk about what are the different categories of real estate investment. So, in the first two episodes, we discussed what is your why, how are you going to invest. Now, we're going to look at what are the different real estate investment categories. So, there is a residential side of it, there is a commercial side of it, and there is also a very passive way of doing it through REITs and being a limited partner. So let's look at a slide which helps us understand what are the different ways or different avenues you have for real estate investment and which one really would work best for you. Okay. So if you really look from this perspective, there are three main categories to put it. One is the residential real estate. This is something which is very common. We all agree and understand enough about it to visualize what it would be. It could be single family homes. So like you're living in one, you're going to get another one and you're going to rent it out. It is pretty straightforward. You understand what it means to manage a single family home. You already know what are your top expenses which it could be and what is needed to basically get a tenant to start living in there. Then you can extend it into small multifamilies. So these are duplexes, triplex and quads in a single same structure or the single housing and under the same roof. You might have two rooms which are duplex, which could be side by side, top and bottom. It could be triplex, which is like three different houses which are part of it of a single multifamily building. Or you could have quads, which are four of them. So in this way, what you're doing is you're moving from a single family home investment and now you're looking at multifamilies where you have managing more than one tenant. So you're managing either 2, 3 or 4 tenants. Then there are condos, which are basically, think of it as apartments in a bigger residential community where you might have a particular apartment for a 2-bedroom, 1-bedroom, 3-bedroom apartment with some garage or not, some covered parking, and you basically own that particular apartment. You do not own the land on which it is built, but that's just a small condo which you have and you could rent it out. The next one is townhomes, which are very similar to condo, but in the townhomes, you basically have the land on which it is built. You also own the house, and it generally is a 2-story attached residential unit, which is attached to another townhome. So again, preference-wise, it really should not matter which one you go for, but some prefer to invest in townhomes, some prefer condos. There are maintenance are taken care of in terms of condos and townhome. So if you do not want to deal with mowing, snow clearing, and all those things, and do not want to put it on your tenant, you can go for something like condo or townhomes. Obviously, the disadvantage there is association fees are generally pretty high. It will eat into your cash flow. And also, HOAs are normally very difficult to deal with. So it will just make it harder based on the rules they have. It can be a very strict HOA. So you just need to weigh whether you want a single family home, which still has a HOA governance at times, but at least it's not as strict as running it into a condo or townhome. When you look from a passive real estate investment, so this is really hands off. You have money just like you put in mutual funds. You could be putting it into a REIT, which is a real estate investment trust. So you basically put into an REIT and you allow them to manage the fund, and you basically get the returns and the appreciation out of that particular fund in which you invest in. Or you could become a limited partner in a syndication. So syndication is nothing more than a type of think of an entity which is created where you have general partners who manage the day-to-day work and manage the appreciation and run the business. And you have limited partners who basically put in their money and the investment, and they get cash flows, and they might also participate in the profits when the asset is sold. When you look in the commercial real estate side of it, it also falls into two main categories. One is a residential commercial, which is your large multifamilies, large apartment complex, or it falls into the non-residential commercial real estate, which is storage units, industrial buildings, office buildings, RV parks, medical buildings, or retail, like a strip center or a mall could be a good example of retail. So once you understand what are the different ways in which you can go and invest in, it will help you decide where you really lean more towards. It's definitely easier to get on the residential real estate side of it. Like I said, because it's very easy to relate. Is it something we have done? And you can easily get into it at the starting point. Nothing stops you from going into commercial. You can definitely jumpstart and get into that too. It just requires a little more understanding, and it's a little more different in terms of the deal structure and the how the whole due diligence and everything is done for it. So, but it's good for you to know what are the different types of real estate investments so you can make the right choice, which works best for you and the time commitment and the value you want to get out of it. So by looking at this different types of real estate investment, it will allow you to choose the one which works best for you. And that is the main goal here, is to identifying a real estate investment asset type which will allow you to grow your wealth and allow you to get started on a real estate investment journey. Now, you could always start with one asset class and move on to the next asset class. That's what generally everyone does. Right now, I have residential real estate, and now I'm moving more towards a non-residential real estate. So it all depends on where you are comfortable starting off, and then you can easily switch to different asset class. So you're not married to one. You can bring the learnings and bring the value you have created in one asset class and apply it to another asset class when you're doing real estate investment. Hope this was helpful to you. Thank you so much. And if all this content is really helping you in your real estate journey, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.